I wore my hat just for you. So it looks like we've got Rhubarb in chat. Ah, and there's Xeno. Welcome in, my friend. Looks like we've got both players. So both players gonna do a little bit of warm up here. So Xeno is offering up same piece sets. So if Rhubarb you'd like to same piece sets, great. If not, then just let them know that you would rather deal with RNG based on your play. Yes, V4 is compatible with V5. Guys, alright, fine, that's fine. Welcome in, Sam TS. Yeah, really excited to see these two play. Of course, two rollers here. Roll our way to a great couple of games. So, Sam, if you look right in the screen, you'll see me. I'm right smack dab in the middle, the host. Yep, I'm probably like one of the only commentators that puts their face in here. So, and I decided to wear my barbershop hat. Rhubarb had a chance to see this barbershop hat. What's wrong with the? Oh yeah, I guess I could do that. Hold on. I thought I said it with my OBS, but I guess it got overridden somehow. Yeah, that didn't work. Wow, so why didn't that work? I don't know how to change it. Um? Fine. Who even does post? Alright, well, if you folks are ready, I'm ready. I'm sure the rest of the world is ready to see this. So just give me your hover threes, or the ready in chat, or the Tetris V5 ready on the screen. Okay, well, not Zenpro is not ready, but that's okay. I'm not going to dawdle. I've got a ready from Xeno. and a hover 3 from Rhubarb. So without further ado, let's count this down. This is game number 1 of Classic Tetris for the Semi-Pros Division 1 against Xenophilius and Rhubarb. Vicious Rhubarb. Of course, let's count it down in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And it looks like these are the same pieces, so wonderful. Alright, so both players nice and clean. Rhubarb takes the first couple of points due to a little bit of burning. Still no long bar in sight for either of these players. Finally, Rhubarb gets a Tetris and so does Xeno, so now both players on the board with the Tetris, and off we run these level 18 speeds. Another Tetris for Xeno is going to take them up to a 1 Tetris lead at 49,000. And Xeno does have a Vitz set up. Waiting for the long bar. Rhubarb going to get the long bar. Score a Tetris goes up to 53,000 and will take the lead. Xeno does solve that Vitz, but still needs another long bar to score. And there's the long bar for Rhubarb and the long bar for Xenophilius. So both players scoring a Tetris. Xeno now 81,000, Rhubarb 77. Next on another Tetris goes to 100. Another long bar, another Tetris for both players. Xeno 105, Rhubarb 123. We are at 30 lines in. Xeno going to knock down another Tetris, go and take the lead back 129. Rhubarb getting another long bar and another simul bangerang. Xenophilius now 152, Rhubarb 147. This is level 18 transition happening at line count 130. There it is, Tetris for Rhubarb now taking the lead right back, 181,000, but Xeno going to get a long bar and score a Tetris of their own. However, with that Tetris, Rhubarb will stay in the lead, 204,000, Xeno 201. Through 50 lines. Very, very close game here. Another Tetris for Rhubarb, going to give them 227 to Xeno 224. So the lead not changing as both players are able to capitalize on the same long bar. There it is, another Tetris for Rhubarb, 296. Xenophilius, 273. Just about the halfway point of these level 18 speeds. Another Tetris for Xeno, 297. Rhubarb firing back another Tetris of their own, 342 for Rhubarb. So both players on excellent pace, given that the beginning of the game started out with a pretty hefty drop for both players, as this is same piece set, so one person gets a long bar, the other person will get a long bar. There it is, another Tetris for Xeno, 342 now. Rhubarb, 65, having a little bit of burning going to be needed here on the left side, so this could be Xeno's chance to take the lead and pile on the points. And with that, Tetris is almost in the lead, 367,000 to 370. Rhubarb has cleaned up his board nice and quick, so we'll be able to capitalize on a long bar. Unfortunately, does have to set up a delayed burn with that square. Oh, and an awkward placement there for Xeno. Rhubarb next on a Tetris, 394. Xeno with this long bar goes to 393. So again, still very neck and neck here. There's another Tetris for Xeno, going to take them to 417. Rhubarb at 420. Hey now. Tetris for Xeno go to 440 and take the lead. We're going to have to do a little bit of stack maintenance, so fills it in, gets a long bar, gets a Tetris, gets another long bar, and scores another Tetris. 467 at 109 lines. Xenophilius with that Tetris, 463 at 107. We've got ourselves a game, folks. Another Tetris for Rhubarb. Nice overhang with the S piece there. Gets the square, fills it in for a long bar. Tetris. Rhubarb now 513. Xenophilius 489. That transition fast approaching, about 13 lines away. There it is. Tetris for both players. Xenophilius now at 512. Rhubarb 536. So we're looking at a possible 550 transition from Rhubarb. There's the 558. And Xenophilius at 535. Pretty much the same boat, because both players playing as efficiently as each other. Oh, but now Rhubarb. Could be a little dicey as they're going to transition with the next line clear here. Setting up a long bar dependency in the middle. That burn. So Rhubarb going to transition up high with a triple 572. Xeno 563 into level 19. Rhubarb needs a long bar. He needs it now. Oh, of course, that long bar. Can he get anything over? He can't. Rhubarb's going to top out at 575. So Xeno with 612. You are good for game number 1. Yeah, GG's both players. It was great. Yeah, really aggressive move. I was surprised that you had done that. I'm going to edit your transform. Don't forget to increment your seed, folks. They're going to be looking at E9. Here, we want to see more of Rhubarb and less of Chair. So I've got a Hover 3 from Rhubarb, and I've got a Tetris Gym V5 ready from Xeno. So let's count this down. Game number 2 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yes, Tetris TM. Let's not forget that Tetris is a trademark of the Tetris Holdings Company. Alright, so Rhubarb going to strike first blood, but Xeno going to fire a Tetris right back. Both players on the board with the Tetris. There it is, another Tetris for Rhubarb and another Tetris for Xeno now. Both players perfect through 8 lines. Okay, Rhubarb going to clean up some garbage with that triple. And that does allow Xeno to take the lead now, 68,000 to 51,000 in favor of Xenophilius. There it is, long bar. Rhubarb's got a nice little pool in the middle of his board. Sure, he didn't really want to have to put pieces there. You can see him shaking his head. There it is. Simul Bangerang. Xenophilius, 95,000. Rhubarb taking the lead, go up to 99,000, but Xeno going to score another Tetris, go up to 118 and take that lead right back. Rhubarb not knowing exactly what to do with that piece. Tell you the truth, I didn't know what to do either, but he's a lot smarter than I am. Xeno knocking down another Tetris, goes up to 142 and takes about a 40,000 point lead here as Rhubarb is continuing to dig. Is set up for a dirty Tetris if this long bar comes. Oh, long bar comes a piece too late, of course. Another Tetris for Xeno goes up to 166. Rhubarb now up high, digging. Good long bar here for a Tetris. 134 now for her. Rhubarb. 166 for Xeno, who's getting a little bit of complications on his board as well, or their board, excuse me, for some cleanup going to be needed. But both players now up about halfway up the screen, dealing with their respective garbage. A nice double for Rhubarb, able to get pieces all the way to the left here to burn out. Xeno's going to clean out their board first. Yeah, they are nice and clean. Just need a bar. And Rhubarb is continuing to perpetuate this dig, unfortunately. Needs a long bar to really help out. Or she's just going to have to stick an S there. And yeah, Rhubarb's still continuing to dig. as neither player here has gotten a long bar. So routes forming. There's the long bar for Rhubarb. Not really much of a help, but it is going to be wonderful for Xeno, as Xeno's going to slap down another Tetris. 209 at 65 lines. 160 for Rhubarb. So Xeno out in front by a Tetris and a half. Oh, really good burns here for Xeno, and Rhubarb with the disgusting Tetris up high. 205 now. Xenophilius 237. That L piece for Rhubarb, that's going to be nicely burned away. Looking for a long bar for the left. Good triple here from Rhubarb. Nice safety stack. 216 for Rhubarb, 243 for Xeno. Xeno getting all the good pieces here. All right, up high. Rhubarb finally knocks down another disgusting Tetris. 240 to 247. So Rhubarb has caught up significantly, as he was behind by about 40,000. Is Tetris ready once more, but Xeno has cleaned up their board. There it is. Tetris for Rhubarb, 270 to take the lead. Another Tetris. Tetris for Xeno now 281. Rhubarb at 281. So we are tied, folks. Tetris for Rhubarb 306 now. Xenophilius 304. We're just past the 115 line mark for Rhubarb, so transition happening in the next 14 lines. Xenophilius has about 18 lines to work with before transition. There's a long bar. There's a score for Xeno. 149. Or excuse me, 349. 307 for Rhubarb. Both players, nice clean stacks, had their boards in order, as they know that transition looming. Wow, look at that speed of Xeno getting those pieces all the way to the left. There's a long bar, going to get another Tetris. And Rhubarb can have 2 Tetrises available. An awkward burn there. But very high, going to transition with the next 4 lines. Needs a long bar, needs it now. Going to transition 341. Xeno at 379. There's the long bar and a Tetris for Rhubarb. Go to 365. Xenophilius still up high. Going to transition to 385. Getting a long bar and slamming down a Tetris. 409,000. So off we run these level 19 speeds. Both players with another Tetris on the board. Xenophilius 435. Rhubarb 416. Xeno going to knock down another Tetris. Both players are nice and clean. However, Rhubarb does have a long bar dependency. It's going to look to fill this out. Meanwhile, Xenophilius, nice and clean, waiting for the long bar of their own, but they're going to be able to score a Tetris with it. Rhubarb does have a little bit more of a dig to go on here, but should clean up his board very nicely, and does such. Is Tetris ready? Now just waiting for a long bar. Xenophilius now 490,000. Good Akibar and Tetris with the long bar to follow. 516 now into level 21. 474 for Vicious Rhubarb, currently also on level 21. Tetris for both players now. Rhubarb, another Tetris, 530. Xenophilius, 545. There's a long bar and another score. Take them to 572. Meanwhile, Rhubarb, 550. Wow, I can't even talk. 559,000. There's another Tetris for Rhubarb, 588. Xeno, 600. Tetris, another long bar to follow. Give them a 657 and takes the lead right back. Another Tetris for Rhubarb, 647. So Xeno still out in front. There's another long bar, but does have a long bar dependency. Able to fill out the long bar dependency. Actually gets a couple of long bars. It's going to help them. Rhubarb slaps down a Tetris, 678. Xenophilius, 691. Into level 24 for both players. See Xenophilius using the LGBT-friendly ROM. I love the colors on 24. I think it's the only time you ever see like a yellow piece. Okay, so good setups here for Xeno. Getting a long bar and knocking down a Tetris, 784. Vicious Rhubarb with a column 4 Tetris setup at 696 into level 26. There it is, the long bar, Tetris for Rhubarb. 729 now, 786 for Xeno. Okay, nice burn. Tetris for Xeno. 824. Scratch that, make that 857 with that Tetris. Rhubarb's board here getting a little dicey. Oh, and a couple of these pieces just unfriendly here. Xeno knocking down another Tetris, 924,000. Rhubarb's going to be done at 734. So Xeno, my dude, you are good. 924, and keep playing. Play this out. And into the kill screen is Xeno, 988. Just needs a Tetris here. Where's the long bar? There it is. Gets the kill tris. A26 is the final score for them. Right, folks, don't forget to increase your seed. You're looking for FA? Is that right? Yeah, FA. Yeah, there is. There is a cap. I gotta look at the lines here. It's in the Discord. In fact, if you are interested in joining the Tetris for Semi-Pros Discord, not Zenpro. Yes, I do sing barbershop. Grab a invite link here. Yes, 330 lines. Thank you, Rhubarb. Here's the Discord link if you're interested in joining the server. Learn what's going on, when the events are. This is a semi-pro bracket or tournament, whatever group, meaning that you are above a max out, below a 1.5. Thanks, Al. Appreciate that. All right, I've got it ready from Xeno and ready from Rhubarb. So this is a pivotal game 3. Xeno looking to sweep. Rhubarb looking to hang on and force a game 4. Let's count it down in 3, 2, 1. That's Texas. How about that? Oh, that's awesome. Zempro, I don't know if you are a big international quartet follower, but if you watched any of international, you probably saw that Quorum was the gold medal champ for this year. Alright, so Rhubarb now on the board with the Tetris, Xeno already, and with the Vits. Resolves that nicely. Wow, those decisions by Xeno, but unfortunately, looks like they missed the T-spin here, so they're going to be digging just a little bit. Rhubarb is really up high. He's going to need some type of action to burn here. Get a burn, getting a long bar, knocking down 2 quick Tetrises. Xenophilius also going to be able to knock down a Tetris, but with that second long bar, not going to be able to use it for score. So Rhubarb out in front, 75,000 to 58. Both players at 20 lines. Just like that, Xeno has cleaned up their board, as has Rhubarb, so both ready to score Tetris. And there's the long bar for both, Tetris for both. Xenophilius now at 84,000, Rhubarb at 103. Rhubarb snapping that piece back, that's awesome. I love seeing the speed of these rollers. Alright, so both players Tetris ready. Nice sloping stack here. Xeno doing an excellent job of filling out their left side. Rhubarb gonna knock down a Tetris. Oh, and now Xeno having to dig up high. Rhubarb needing a J, turning it into a long bar dependency, turning it into a Tetris well. There's a long bar and a filthy Tetris for Rhubarb. 155 to 112. Xeno fighting for their life. Gets a J, gets the J, gets it over. Meanwhile, Rhubarb, nice and clean. Long bar. Tetris for Rhubarb. 209,000 now for Rhubarb. 120 for Xeno, who's kind of doing their best to dig out of this. That long bar going to help. And just like that, Xeno has cleaned up their board, ready to score a Tetris on the next long bar. Rhubarb has also cleaned up their board, but unfortunately plugs up the well while the box or the line piece was in the window. I'm just going to do a little bit more quick burning here. Opens the well, knocks down a Tetris. 239 now for Rhubarb, 175 for Xeno. We are just to the halfway point of these level 18 speeds. Again, transition occurring at line count 130. Hello, I don't know, Tetris and stuff. Welcome in. So Xeno got hit over the head with long bars. Finally going to be able to use this one for a score. 246 for Xeno, 272 for Rhubarb. So now that Xeno is in a cleaner board state, this could be their chance to take the lead. But Rhubarb is going to clean up his board first. And Tetris for Xeno, 272, Rhubarb at 274. We are neck and neck. However, Xeno is ahead in lines. Only by 4, so lead a little bit bigger than it would appear. It's 320 to 272 now. Good burns here for Xeno. Up high. Like the flip of that long bar, but this is really going to be a dangerous spot here. A lot of dependencies. Needs a J. There's the J, but a hang of the Z piece, or the S piece. So, while they're up digging, Rhubarb's been nice and clean. Misdrop of the S. 370 for Rhubarb. Scratch that. Make that 392 with that Tetris. Xeno at 290. Actually, I think the vegetable started playing Tetris before the dog did, but I might be wrong. And Chilla, welcome. There's a Tetris for Xeno. 343 now for Xeno. 399 for Rhubarb. Transition of fast approaching for Xeno. Going to happen in the next 5 lines. You know it, Ian Keith. Welcome in. There it is. Tetris for Xeno. Going to transition 370. Rhubarb has 10 lines to go. Another Tetris, 446. But Xeno going to knock down 2 quick Tetrises, go up to 400,000, and make it a third, 425. Alright, so Rhubarb is nice and clean, getting a long bar, knocking down the Tetris, going to transition at 477. Meanwhile, Xeno into level 20, 451. Rhubarb transitions at 478, so Rhubarb way out in front here. Another Tetris for Xeno, though, going to help catch up. 482 now. Tetris for Rhubarb. 552, Xeno 484, getting a long bar, knocking down a Tetris, go to 511. Another Tetris for Rhubarb, take him to 579, but Xeno going to fire back another Tetris of their own. 541, make it 570 with that Tetris, so only down by 9,000 points here. But Rhubarb definitely with the line advantage. Oh, now Rhubarb's board starting to get a little bit messy. Going to need to have some delayed burns here. I think Xeno is also going to run into those disgusting pieces, but had a more accommodating board health status. So Xeno, with those 2 Tetrises, goes up to 662 and taking the lead from Rhubarb, who's at 618. Scores that quick Tetris 647 now. The Tetris for Xeno, 692. But Rhubarb fires back another Tetris, 678. Rhubarb into level 23. Xeno into level 25. Is nice and clean. Tetris ready. Nice tuck here for Rhubarb. Is Tetris ready now. Knocking down another Tetris. 709,000 for Rhubarb. 759 for Xeno. Is Tetris ready. Yes, this is same piece sets. Long part, another score for Xeno, 792. Simul Bangarang, Xenophilius now at 825. Rhubarb at 750, getting a long bar, slamming down another Tetris, 781. Another Tetris for Xeno, 858. There's a long bar, there's a Tetris, 893 into level 27. 812 for Vicious Rhubarb into level 25. We'll be at 26, the next line, next burn. Ooh, but a misdrop of the T. Okay, getting the good long bar to fill out the dependency, but it's going to have a little bit more digging to do. Xeno, on the other hand, is nice and clean, waiting for another long bar. Going to do a quick burn, followed by a Tetris. 966 in level 28. 826 in level 27 for Rhubarb. Next on another Tetris, 860. So if Rhubarb wants to be able to catch Xeno, they've got to do it in the post-post, as Xeno is going to be done here at 970. You are looking for 971. 903. This should be tough. It's gonna come down to kill screen play. Alright, so you're at 909. Currently looking for 971. Couple of burns here. Couple of burns there. And that drought gonna do him in. 915's not gonna be good enough. So Xeno, you have swept Vicious Rhubarb. And GG's, both players. Yeah, that was an almost 600k post. That was phenomenal. Great job, both players. Alright, I believe that does it. I'm going to just record this very quickly. Gotta grab the VOD. Alright. I'll go ahead and reset the board and set up our next. Here, I'll make you guys look at me and my messy basement. You guys don't need to see me reset the board. Alright. Yep, just make a chiller upside down. Oops. I'll fix that. 1 second here. Flip horizontal. That's what I wanted. There we go. Now Chiller can see her pieces. So Chilla asking same piece sets, and Rhubarb saying sure. So there's a seed. Thanks for taking care of that for me, Rhubarb. I appreciate that. All right. So I've got a hover 3 from Chilla. Need a ready of some type from Rhubarb. And there's the hover 3 from Rhubarb. So let's count it down. This is Classic Tetris for Semi-Pros Division 1 between Chilala and Vicious Rhubarb. Let's count down game number 1 in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. And Chilla gonna strike first blood with the Tetris. Rhubarb gonna fire a Tetris right back. So both players on the board with a Tetris. And off we run these level 18 speeds. Nice 5 and below there from Chilla. For Rhubarb now, taking the lead, but Chilla gonna take it right back. Both players tied. Of course, we know that Rhubarb's a roller. Just cunning to confirm that Chilla is a tapper. Yes, hyper tapper from down under. Good pieces here. Chilla does have a J dependency on the left, but does slap down 2 quick Tetrises to bring this board into a little bit easier situation to get those J pieces over. She's at 118,000, Rhubarb's at 117, so we are neck and neck through 24 lines. There's another Tetris for both players, so the lead is unchanged, but the score now 140 apiece. Their Tetris for Rhubarb going to go to 163, but Chilla fires one right back. There it is, Tetris for Chilla. With that, going to take the lead, 186, but Rhubarb going to take the lead right back with that Tetris, 188. So this is really going to come down to who plays the most efficiently, since again, this is the same piece set game. Who can use the same pieces more effectively? As of right now, Rhubarb out in front, but in front by line. So if we look at the real-time score, Chiller 232, Rhubarb 234, both right now at the same line count, so that lead is very, very small. Another quick Tetris for Chiller, going to take her to 254, Rhubarb at 256, getting a long bar, and Simul Bangerangs 277 out of 279. The secret strat? Is that surviving in the post-post? I can't even survive in the post-transition. Their Tetris for Rhubarb 325. Chilla at 303. So Rhubarb starting to pull ahead here, but very early days, these level 18 speeds. Back there from Chilla. Getting up a little bit high, so it does take a safety double. Both players knocked down a Tetris. 328 now for Chilla. 348, scratch at 371. Make that for Rhubarb. So Rhubarb out in front by a Tetris. Okay, so some delayed burning here needed. Needs a long bar. She gets the long bar, and it looks like it's going in the right spot with a little bit of buffering. So she's going to be open for a Tetris, ready to score. Rhubarb does. 418 now for Vicious Rhubarb. 381 for Chilla. Good TP there to fill that out. Getting another long bar and slamming down a Tetris. 404. Rhubarb 440. Both players had 85 lines, so the lead truly in favor of Rhubarb. Needs a square to tuck this in. There's the square. Getting the nice tuck. Oh, now the board getting a little complicated for Chilla. Not wanting to put any weight on those holes. Ends up forcing a long bar dependency. And Chilla could be in trouble here. And yeah, Chilla's going to be done at 411. So Rhubarb with 510. You've taken game number 1. The secret strat from Game Scout's video. Missed line spin. All right, we're going to increment the seed. We're looking for 1F. And both players ready, so let's count it down. Game number 2 starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. And L ruling that the win was revoked for the missed line spin. Yes, I agree. Is it really a game of Tetris if nobody does anything like a line spin? There's always some kind of a spin done. Even when it's unnecessary, I've seen it done. What's also unnecessary is both players haven't gotten a long bar yet. Rhubarb going to strike first blood, getting a Tetris. There's the Tetris for Chilla. Another Tetris for Rhubarb and another Tetris for Chiller. Both players on the board with a handful of Tetrises. Make it 3 for Chilla. And a lot of long bars coming. Tetris for Rhubarb. That does take the lead, but Chilla going to take it right back. 91,000. Rhubarb at 71,000. Now Chilla up to 114,000 points. Rhubarb with a little bit of complications does burn it all the way clear, getting a long bar and getting a Tetris. 117. Very much keeping up with score. Unfortunately, Chilla just way out in front in terms of pace, so Rhubarb setting up a Vitz. Gets the long bar and fills it in very nicely. Another long bar and simul Tetris. Chiller 159, Rhubarb 140, and Rhubarb setting up another Vitz. Shaking his head. Another Tetris for Rhubarb. 163, Chiller 205. Both players are on the same line count here. 186 now with that Tetris for Rhubarb. Just crossing the 30 line mark, excuse me, the 40 line mark now. It's the T-spin, I'm so happy. There's another long bar. 250, 32. Or would love an L, and that L getting the wrong types of L's here, so what I have to do is just a little bit more delayed burns. Kind of shrugs it off, knows that, yeah, that's probably the best spot I could have put that piece. Fortunately, it is going to allow Chiller to clean up her stack, as she had done a little bit of funky placements there, but able to clean it up with those series of burns and is ready for a Tetris. Getting a long bar, knocks it down. 321 now for Chilla. 242 for Rhubarb. Both players now nice and clean. Rhubarb up high, getting a long bar, brings the stack down with that Tetris. 266 now. It's 2 long bar dependency plus the Tetris well, so it does have to plug up something. Does just that. Unfortunately, next couple of pieces do not appear to be favorable, so it's going to require some really fast tapping here from Chilla. Good long bar flat, though, for that burn. Meanwhile, Vicious Rhubarb knocking down another Tetris, going up to 313,000. Chilla is still maintaining the lead as we cross the 68 line mark for her. But that Tetris goes from 329 to 351. Rhubarb at 358. Chilla needs another long bar to fill out the left. There it is, followed by another long bar for a Tetris. Chilla with that 379, regaining the lead from Rhubarb. Another Tetris from Rhubarb. 381 now. Getting another Tetris. 404 at 89 lines. Chilla at 380 on the nose at 82. Getting a long bar and knocking down another Tetris. Takes her to 403. Right, so Chilla having a little bit more complications developing on her board. Meanwhile, Vicious Rhubarb, nice and clean, is out in the lead here at 454. She needs another long bar. Okay, just takes a safety triple there. Does get the Tetris well open. We'll be ready for another Tetris. 476 for Rhubarb, getting a Tetris, take him to 499. Chilla cleans up her board. That was an amazing burn. I thought that board was in a whole lot of trouble and was cleaned with one burn. Fantastic. At 444. Alright, so Rhubarb now with another Tetris goes to 545. Gonna transition with the next 12 lines. Chilla gonna transition with the next 12 lines at 450. So it's down about 100,000 points. But simul Tetris for both players. Well, obviously, because it's simultaneous, right? 497 for Chilla, 571 for Rhubarb. 4 lines to go for both players. Oh, that's going to do wonders for Chilla's stack. Getting middle filled out. Transitions at 521. Rhubarb transitions at 597. So excellent pace here, actually, for both players, aside from the digging. 603 Rhubarb now, 548 for Chilla. Nice clean stack. Rhubarb having to do a little bit of digging, so this is Chilla's chance to score in this level 19 speed. Oh, and Chilla having a couple of misdrops there, and she's going to be done at 562. And Rhubarb with that Tetris 636, you are good enough for game number 2. Simul Tetris online is a lie if you think. You know what? You're absolutely right. Because somebody Tetris probably a second or two at the same time. Unless it was on Max Out Club. Because then it would be right. So we got ready. Seed 20, not level 20. That would be ridiculous, right? So without further ado, this is game number 3. Match point for Rhubarb. Rhubarb looking to sweep. Chiller looking to force a game forward. Let's find out what happens in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Oh, look at that. Another Texas. We'll see if Rhubarb can hold out, or if Chilla can force a game 4. It's going to strike first blood with that Tetris. Or I did have to do 2 burned lines already. I have to take another burn as the stack getting high. No long bar in sight. Finally, there's a long bar for the Tetris for Rhubarb. Both players on the board with a Tetris. That is an ugly square for Chilla, and you can see the pain. Another Tetris for Rhubarb. 49,000 now to 45. That long bar going to be good for a triple. Next long bar only going to be good for a triple as well. So Chilla's going to look to do some stack maintenance here. It's Tetris for Rhubarb. 117. Chilla going aggressive here. Setting up for Dirty Center Wall Tetris. Gets the Dirty Center Wall Tetris. 85,000 now for Chilla. 117 for Rhubarb. Wow, look at Rhubarb get those pieces all the way left. That's just the power of roll. Rhubarb with the T-spin setup. Fortunately, the T comes a little bit too late, so has to find an alternate solution. Plugs up the well with that long bar. Is going to be Tetris ready again. Doesn't get that L all the way over. It looks like a hang of the L there. Rhubarb needs a long bar, and he needs it now. And Rhubarb's going to be done at 125. So, Chilla, you are in a chase down. You're looking for 126. You got all the time in the world. 102. Needs a long bar. Okay, there's the long bar. There's that long bar. That long bar, 128. That's good enough. So Chilla gonna top out and force a game 4. GG's. No, there were not. That was a nasty drought right off the bat. So Good thing about same piece sets, though. You felt the drought, so did the other player. I got readies from both players. Let's count it down. As always, when I do restreams, I count it down from 4 on game 4. So let's see what happens in 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. It does not say that. It just says the number of lines are the cap. It doesn't say anything about level cap. Of course, Elle knows we're talking about the seed and not the level. And Vicious Rhubarb knocking down the first Tetris. Oh no, Chilla here. Good double tuck here. Chilla looks like she's getting out of this, but that's just allowing Rhubarb to pile on more points as he's already got 2 Tetrises on the board, getting a long bar and making it a third. 74,000 for Rhubarb. Chilla cleaned up the stack, knocks down a Tetris, 32,000. Kind of a spicy start, gonna definitely slow in pace, but very, very early days. As I mentioned, this is match point for Rhubarb. They're looking to hang on and force a decider. Oh, a couple of hangs there for Rhubarb. Getting a long bar over, but does going to have to do a lot of stack cleanup. This is going to allow Chilla to pile the points on, as long as these pieces cooperate. Getting a long bar, knocking down a Tetris, but a couple of disgusting pieces afterward. Has the Tetris well open, also ready for a tuck. Xeno isn't going to be able to tuck the L and be Tetris ready once again. Rhubarb is looking to set up center well for a column 6 Tetris, getting a long bar and knocking it down. 172 for Rhubarb, 148 for Chilla, who gets another long bar and a Tetris. She's at 171 now. And Emish, welcome in. Rhubarb could be looking to play a little aggressive here and set up on row 2. I guess that's what row 3 now? Tetris for Chilla, 217. Dirty Tetris for Rhubarb, 200,000 now. And another Tetris for Chilla goes to 240. Rhubarb with another Tetris. So both players exchanging Tetrises back and forth. And slapping down another center well Tetris is Rhubarb. I think he was trying to go for the perfect well transfer, but just wasn't getting the pieces, so decided to stack a little bit longer. Now needs the long bar. And comes a piece too late, but able to use it for the score, but still no well transfer. Meanwhile, Chilla, nice and clean, getting another long bar for Tetris. 285. Scratch that, make that 308 with that long bar Tetris. And now Rhubarb having to do a little bit more burning now. An L piece to burn that double out. Chilla is nice and clean, ready for a Tetris. Rhubarb clears out the mess that they had as well. But a little bit of indecision there, causing the high piece to not get all the way over. But Rhubarb would be fine. Very capable player and roller, who I've had the pleasure of meeting at the Illinois qualifier for the CTWC. And Simul Tetris, Chiller now 380, Rhubarb 350. Okay, so Rhubarb about halfway up the stack with a little bit of complications. Needs a couple of good pieces we'll be able to get out of this, but it's going to allow Chilla to keep piling on this lead as she's leading 428 to 354 as we're approaching the 100 line mark. There it is, Tetris for Chiller. 451. Scratch that with that long bar. We're going to make another Tetris. 473. Rhubarb with that triple up to 365. Knocking his board down all the way to the basement. Very good long bar flat there to open it up. Just like that, opens up the Tetris well. We'll be ready to score a Tetris if this long bar comes. There's the long bar for Rhubarb. Tetris 392. Chiller 498. So enjoying a 100,000 point lead here. The Tetris for Rhubarb. 439 now is he's got about 11 lines until transition. Chiller has 10 lines. See that speed increase. Tetris for Rhubarb has one more available. Tetris for Chilla. Rhubarb going to transition into level 19 at 489. Chilla still has one more Tetris available. She plays perfect here. Alright, so Rhubarb having to take a safety triple there. Chilla into transition at 614. Outstanding pace. There's a long bar and a Tetris. 638 now. The 499. Rhubarb is Tetris ready. Does have a hole in the middle of her stack, so after this Tetris, unless they clean this up now, which looks like he does, in very good fashion, opens up the well, getting a long bar, knocking down a Tetris. 537 into level 21, 692 into level 20 for Chilla. Another Tetris for Chilla, going to 718. Rhubarb at 564. Both players clean. Tetris ready. Knocks down a Tetris is Rhubarb. 591. 718 for Chilla, who's also going to knock down a Tetris. Goes to 745. Another Tetris for Rhubarb. 619 now. Chiller at 746 is Tetris ready. Just waiting for the long bar. And there it is. Tetris for Chiller. 776 to 646. Rhubarb filling out the stack nicely. Fills out the left. Now does have a couple of burn options. Getting a long bar. Simul Tetris. Chiller now 807. Rhubarb 678 into level 23. They're going to knock down another Tetris. Go to 836. Rhubarb with a nice little tuck. Getting Tetris ready. Gets a long bar. Knocks down a Tetris. 736 now. So Chiller's still out in front by 150,000 points. But these higher speeds, Tetris is worth a whole lot more. Nice little safety burn there for Chiller. Safety skim. 896 into level 24. 798 for Rhubarb into level 25. Another Tetris for Chiller. 926. Another Tetris. Chiller's 957. Rhubarb at 799 is clean. Tetris ready. Just needs a long bar. Having to do a couple of delayed burns. This drought for Rhubarb is getting rough. Okay, still nice and clean. Getting a long bar, getting it over, knocks down two quick Tetrises. Rhubarb now at 874 into level 26. Chiller at 988, dealing with that same drought that Rhubarb just had to manage. But does so effectively. Just needs the long bar for a score. And there it is. Max out for Chiller. 825. Rhubarb at 878. Getting another long bar, knocking down a Tetris. 912 into level 27. Chiller is still into level 26, so really has a great pace advantage over here, including the real-time lead. There it is. Another Tetris for Chilla. A69. Hey now. Rhubarb firing back another Tetris. 955, but Chilla going to slap down another one. B04. Another Tetris for Chilla. Going to go B39. So Rhubarb at 962. Going to need a whole lot of post-transition play to catch this score. So here we go. Into level 29 is Rhubarb. 968. And Chillis has 3 lines left until she will transition into the post. And does so with that Tetris. B85, still getting some pieces over, but can't get anything to the left. And Rhubarb's going to be done at 984. So Chilla, you have taken game number 4, and you have forced a decider. GG's. Outstanding play, Chilla. Insane. Great score. And Rhubarb, nothing to scoff at either. Great play from you as well. All right, so Rhubarb says ready 42. Chilla ready 42. So let's count it down. This is a pivotal. What was a best of 5 is now a best of 1, as we are looking at a decider between Chilla and Rhubarb. Who will win? Will Chilla complete the reverse sweep, or will Rhubarb, be rewarded for his patience. Let's find out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Roll when you have tape. That's what I have to say to that. So Rhubarb gonna knock down the first Tetris, but Chilla right behind. Both players knocking down a Tetris. Perfect through 4 lines. Is anyone surprised? Certainly I'm not. Another Tetris for Rhubarb now. Tetris for Chilla. I mentioned that I got a chance to meet Rhubarb at the Illinois qualifier. Also had a chance to meet virtually, that is, Chiller, as she is on my Tetris Gauntlet team. I, of course, being a Division 2 player because I'm terrible at the game. But she's been an absolute pleasure to know. I'm very glad that I got to play at least one game and practice with the wavy ones. Getting the Z-spin there. But Chiller into a lot of trouble here. Really going to need some good pieces. But Rhubarb's been nice and clear. Knocking down another Tetris, goes to 137. Chilla at 95. That's going to be good for a triple. She is going to score another Tetris. That's a dirty one. 123 to 137 now. Rhubarb knocks down another Tetris, goes up to 160. So not too far back as Chiller, but just slightly behind. Maybe by a Tetris. Tetris or 2. As you see, both players are capable of playing into level 19 and beyond, so very, very early days of this game. And Dirty Tetris for Chilla, gonna open up the hole as well. Start stacking for a Tetris. Great play there. Rhubarb's gonna fire back another Tetris though, goes to 230. Chilla with that, 215. So just down by half a Tetris. Simul Tetris here, 238 for Chilla, 253 for Rhubarb, who gets another long bar and knocks down another Tetris, 277. Another Tetris for Rhubarb, with that going to 300,000. Another Tetris for Chilla, 284. Rhubarb still out in front, 300,000. So is enjoying a Tetris lead. Scoring another Tetris, 323 now. Good little delayed burn there from Rhubarb. Another long bar and another Tetris. Rhubarb goes to 346. Chilla unable to use that long bar for his scores. Does have to use it for a burn, but getting rewarded with another one. Tetris, 332 for Chilla. 352 at Rhubarb. Rhubarb at 69 lines. Hey now. Good long bar flat here from Rhubarb. Will be Tetris ready. Hitting a long bar, knocking it down. Dirty Tetris, 377 for Rhubarb. 377 for Chilla. We have ourselves a very, very close game, folks. Could almost say it's neck and neck. That's square for Rhubarb. Those squares for Rhubarb. Oh no. Not really in any kind of danger, but adding a lot of board unhealthiness here. So that long bar, good for a single. And another single. And another single for those long bars. Chilla, on the other hand, nice and clean. Good sloping stack. Knocks down a Tetris. 446 into the lead. Rhubarb at 408. Another Tetris for Chilla, 468 now. Both players coming up on the 100 line mark. Chilla having a double tuck, so spin tuck of the L, followed by a couple of pieces, and wow, what a great burn sequence there from Chilla. Opening up the well, knocking down a Tetris. 497 for Chilla, 456 for Rhubarb. Tetris for Chilla, 519. Rhubarb, 458 with a transfer of the well with that Tetris. 481 now. Another Tetris for Rhubarb. 503 is about 4 lines ahead in the line count. Another Tetris for Chilla. 544. We're going to fire back another Tetris. 526. Still about a Tetris ahead in lines. But pace doesn't mean anything if you can't score the points, am I right? Hey Meme, welcome in. You're just in time to watch this finish of the game, and then you'll be up. And hey Sky, good to see you. To Rhubarb, 572. Chilla, 614. Gonna transition. 638 into level 19. Rhubarb gonna transition with the next Tetris. Already at 595. There it is. Tetris for Rhubarb into 19. 619 for Rhubarb. So outstanding paces here from both players. As these level 19 speeds increase. Xeno's dropping too fast for me to play. But nothing for these folks they can't handle. So Tetris for Rhubarb 644, Chilla at 649, so Rhubarb has essentially caught this lead. Okay, Chilla gonna open up the well. Is Tetris ready? Rhubarb is also Tetris ready with that long bar. Oh no, but doesn't quite get that Z piece all the way over. So Rhubarb up high, digging. Looks like he will be just fine. Chilla getting a long bar, knocking down a Tetris. 718 for Chilla, 703 for Rhubarb, getting a long bar, knocking down a Tetris. 729 now. So is behind by the level count as well. So very, very close game. Knocking down another Tetris is Rhubarb. 784, 747 for Chilla, who has just now... Is that 3 lines ahead? Yeah, 3 lines ahead and about a Tetris behind in score. They're going to knock down another Tetris, go to 804. Rhubarb going to Tetris ready now. Needs a long bar. Gets the long bar, knocks down a Tetris. 844. Chiller 805. Getting a long bar, knocking down a Tetris. Love another eye piece to fill out the left. Unfortunately, it doesn't come, so it's going to have to find an alternate solution here. I'm going to do that. Needs an L. There's the L finally. Oh no, but a couple of missed rotation there, and Chill's really going to need to... Okay, so she is getting the pieces over, which is what you like to see. Rhubarb up high as well, going to be doing a little bit digging. Has a long bar dependency in the center of his stack. Oh wow, great game here. Rhubarb getting some nice burns. Jella looking like she's going to rock a left well for a moment. Is going to clean up the left side. Clean up the board nicely, as does Rhubarb. Rhubarb knocks on a Tetris. 926 into level 26. 874 for Chilla. Also in at 26, but knocking down a Tetris goes up to 908. So only down by a Tetris and a half. Real-time score anyway. Good sloping stack here from Rhubarb. Both players into level 27. Michaela about to be in level 28. Getting a long bar and a Tetris. 945 for Chilla. 980. Scratch that. Make that A14. Max out for Rhubarb into level 28. Chilla gonna knock down another Tetris. Max out. A14 here. We are tied, folks. Another long bar. Another Tetris for Rhubarb and Chilla. A49 apiece. So this is going to come down to who tops out first. Michaela with a center well Tetris developing. It's a juicy one. And just as the long bar comes, she needs it. Has to cover up the well, shakes the head. A55 is going to be the top out score. Rhubarb at A75. You have taken the game and the match. So wow, what a set, folks. This was phenomenal. Great Tetris play from both players. Just outstanding play. Holy smokes is right. Holy smokes. All right, so I believe Rhubarb, you're done for the day. At least you're done from this, as I will set up and get meme ready after I report this. Chilla's on deck. Okay, just reset the board here. Dead Meme asking if we're gonna do same piece sets. And Chilla says she's down. So I'll generate a seed before anybody else can, because I want to feel important. So there's the seed. Alright, so we have a roller. Dead Meme is a roller. She has not set a country in the bot, so I will just assume that she's countryless. Maybe she's from a different planet, who knows? But we got good luck in the chats from both players. I've got a Tetris V5 ready from Meme and a ready from Chilla, so let's count it down. This is Classic Tetris for Semi-Pros Division 1 between Chiller and Meme. Let's count it down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. There's the first Tetris. Meme gonna strike first blood. Knocking down 2 Tetrises. Chiller gonna fire back 1. And is Tetris ready for this next one? There it is. Both players on the board. Perfect through 8 lines. Okay, so Meme setting up a delayed burn to open up the Tetris well and get a Tetris ready. 72,000 for Meme. 68,000 for Chilla. Oh, nice adjustment there. Chilla needs a long bar. Oh, but not right now. And oh no, Chilla could be in trouble. Oh, gets the long bar. Holy smokes. Knocks down 2 quick Tetrises. Chilla now 115. Meme at 82. Knocking down a triple there is Chilla going up to 121. Could decide to play on row 2. And there it is. 144. Another Tetris from Meme going to 106. So both players pass 100,000. Oh, and these pieces now for Meme, causing Meme to have a little bit of a burn. Chilla not in the best of spots either, but does have a somewhat clean board if the right pieces come. Gonna couple of tucks, couple of spins. Does have a long bar dependency on column 1 and column 10. Okay, Meme gonna knock down a couple of Tetrises. Through 50 lines, 181. Chiller, 183. Very, very close game here. How do you know that Meme just doesn't reflect light? That's why you can't see her. There it is. Tetris for Meme. Tetris for Chiller. 252 for Chiller through 60 lines. 210 for Meme. Another Tetris for Chiller goes to 275. Just crossed the halfway point now, these level 18 speeds. First guy in the chat saying, Meme, goddess of darkness. There's a Tetris for meme. 280 now. Chiller at 297. Is Tetris ready? Just waiting for this long bar to fill out the left so she has some burn options. Gonna do just that. Take a quick triple there for safety. There it is. Tetris for Chilla. 327 now to 303. Meme just down by a Tetris here. Gonna catch a Tetris here. 326, but Chiller gonna fire it back. 351. So Tetris for meme going to 348 and it's filled out, getting another Tetris. 371, so just behind Chiller in terms of score now is those two quick Tetrises. Oh, but Chiller here having some complications is low enough. This long bar definitely going to help fill that out. Oh, just needs another L or an I piece. Gonna hold out for the long bar here. Turn it into a dirty Tetris well. Meme gonna knock down a clean one. 417. Chiller with the dirty Tetris. 406. Both players to the 100 line mark. Their Tetris for Chilla. 430. Meme gonna slap down another Tetris. 444. So with that, Meme into the lead. Right, so Meme gonna knock down a Tetris, but has a whole lot of mess, and Michaela is just board falls apart. 431's the score. So Meme, with that, you have taken game number 1. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. I didn't get to see what happened, actually. I was focusing in on Meme's board, but it did look like Chiller got just a little too high, and maybe that L piece kind of killed off the left side and wasn't able to burn down. But since it's the same piece sets, please don't forget to increment your seeds. Ready 24 from Chiller. Dead Meme saying she's so evil. And I got the Tetris V5 ready, so let's count it down. This is game number 2 in 3, 2. Okay, now the bot's gonna work. 1. Tetris. A 5 and below setup for Meme, and they're gonna follow suit. Oh, but doesn't tuck the square, so has another 5 and below setup. And a couple of burns here. Chilla's not quite the start she was looking for, but she'll be fine. She'll clean out of this, no problem. Meme is gonna strike first blood with the Tetris. 22,000. Chiller is going to set up for a center wall Tetris, knock it down. Adjustment for the L piece. Nice and Tetris ready again, just waiting for the bar. There it is, Tetris for... Oh no, not doesn't quite get that long bar all the way over. Gets it over that time. 48,000 for Chilla. 70,000 for Meme. Another Tetris, 71,000. Chilla taking the lead. With that Tetris increasing that lead to 93. We are tied at 93,000 all. Now Meme scores a Tetris. Still very early days. I anticipate the lead changing back and forth a few times. Tetris for Meme as Chiller tucks the L piece or the J piece in for Tetris readiness. Hitting the long bar and knocking down a Tetris. Meme gonna knock down another Tetris as well. Chilla, kind of a hangerang of this I piece, but it doesn't matter. She's gonna knock down another Tetris. Sets up a long bar dependency if she sees it in the window. Getting another long bar and scores the Tetris. Chiller now 165. Meme at 186. Another Tetris for Chiller goes to 188. Aggie bar here from Chilla to get Tetris ready. This is though. Alright, there's the long bar for some relief, but Chilla now gonna have to do a little bit of burning here. Meme is nice to Tetris ready, getting a long bar, slamming down the Tetris. Chilla with the triple now. Gonna continue to work her stack down. Okay, there's a column 3 Tetris for Chilla, 243 now, but Meme gonna strike back with another Tetris, go up to 281. Both players in the same lime count, so Meme out in front by a Tetris and a half. Another Tetris for Meme, take it to 304, has a Vitz now. Fills it in with 2 L's, getting another long bar, and now a Tetris. 327 for Meme, 67 for Chilla, who has a nice clean stack. Getting a long bar and knocking it down, gonna go to 290, so almost past the 300,000. This is EPs there. There it is, Tetris for Chilla, 314. Doc Pie would be very happy. Meanwhile, Meme, 375. Ooh, a couple of awkward placements there. Kind of put the J piece in an awkward spot. Should be fine, but does have to clean this out. And Meme looking to go aggressive here. That sets up for a long bar, or for a center well Tetris, and it's turning into a juicy center well Tetris. Gonna take a couple of burns to deal with board health here. This long bar, guess what? It ain't coming. So Meme up high now, gonna start digging. Has another Tetris well set up. Gonna be good for a triple now. Unfortunately, had to take a couple of burns, but Chiller with a juicy center well knocks that down. Tetris 372 now. Meme at 390. Another center well Tetris for Chilla. Can she make it third? Is set up for it. Couple delayed burns. Dirty center well Tetris for Meme. Center well Tetris for Chilla. And make it 2, go into 444 and taking the lead. Meme at 419 with this juicy center well Tetris of her own. About halfway up on the board, having to do delayed burning. Has that L available, decides to do a burn of the square. Maintaining this center well Tetris though, both players. Oh no, and Chilla now in trouble at 446, and that Tetris gonna give Meme the win at 472. So Meme, just like that, you're out ahead, 2-0. Center wells. Center wells. Center wells. I don't like them. I mean, they look so, especially when they develop into, you know, a 2 Tetris well, and you're like, I just need 2 long bars, and they never seem to come. Alright, so I've got a ready from Chilla. Hey now. Welcome in, Peyton Tetris. Good to see you. Just need a ready from Meme. Please don't forget to increment your seed. Yes, I agree. It was that was a hey now moment, that's for sure. Well, we can't tell, because all we can see is this beautiful black screen of yours. But, still need a ready from you. All right, there's the ready for Meme. So this is a pivotal game 3. Meme looking to sweep, Chiller looking to hang on. Let's count it down in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Imagine replying to yourself. All right, so these pieces are dropping for both players. Where is this long bar? Both players getting severely droughted here. Meme gonna knock down a Tetris, go to 25,000. Chilla is Tetris ready. Unfortunately, had to plug up the well to deal with a couple of burns here, so it's going to be playing up a little bit high. Of course, another long bar comes. Can't use it for a score. Meme out in front. Couple of Tetrises on the board. 54,000. Chilla finally on the board with a Tetris. 34 for her. Getting the Tetris well open again. Getting a Tetris. 58,000 now. Meme 77. Seems both players have survived that drought. Meme maybe just a tad bit more effectively as she is out in front, but not by much. Couple Tetrises here, couple Tetrises there, just like that. Chilla 104, Meme 123. Certainly be anyone's game. Meme having to do a little bit of a burn here. Due to I think it was a misplacement. Is going to burn down. Get their stack under control. Chilla with a 5 and below with a future tuck setup. Tucks it in, gets a long bar, scores a Tetris. 149 now for Chilla. 133 for Meme. So Chilla now out in front, but a couple of misflips here for Chilla. Does get a Tetris, but now has a 2 long bar dependency. See what she decides to do here. Good L piece here for Meme. The center well Tetris for Chilla is not actually a Tetris. It will be a triple due to that hole on row 1. But knocks it down, and this one will be a Tetris if the bar comes. Tetris now has a T-spin set up. There's the T. Some kind of a spin there. Actually, it's probably more than the most pivotal game, because I tend to say that a lot. Good T-spin here for Meme. 256. Michaela with a dirty Tetris there at 69 lines. Hey now, 254 is the score. 280 at 75 lines for Meme. So Meme out in front, but ahead in line. So really, truly neck and neck here. Blade burn is going to slow Chiller down just a little bit more. Okay, so Chiller decides not to hold out for that T piece that was in the window. We'll have to burn just a little bit more. Meme also still kind of burning here, so neither player going to be able to score in the next couple of burned lines. Now Chilla getting up high. Really going to need some helpful pieces here. That long bar definitely helpful. As another long bar dependency forms, getting another long bar. Does look like she's going to be able to survive, but has another long bar dependency. Meanwhile, Meme will be out of this with an L. There's the L, nice and clean, ready for a Tetris. Getting a long bar, knocking it down. Meme 318,000. Chiller 275. Pretty much fighting for her life here. Burns here for Chiller. Gets the eyepiece over. Meme is nice and Tetris ready, just needs the long bar. Does decide to take a safety double here. 343, gets a long bar, knocks down a Tetris. 366, follow with another long bar. 389 now for Meme. 290 for Chilla, so Meme out way in front in terms of score. But Chilla, definitely not dead. That's what you need. You need to survive. You can always recover pace. Won't be able to do that if you're dead. So me, I'm gonna have a J dependency, not fill it with that J, and sets up for a dirty center well Tetris rather than burning out. And there it is. Center well Tetris, almost a miss shift, but she corrects it just in time. 437 now. Chill at 323 with that Tetris, transitioning into level 19. And me, I'm going to transition with the next Tetris. Alright, so that will be Meme's transition, 443. So, again, not too terrible pace here for Chilla to have to catch up with. And we know that she's a very capable player on 19. Meme up high, getting some pieces over. And oh no, Chilla going to top out at 377 due to a couple of hangs there. And Meme, you're going to take the game of the match with a 3-0 sweep. GG's. Yes, great games, everyone. I had so much fun. Thanks for letting me call this. This was a blast. I hope I did you guys well. I don't normally commentate this level of hype matches, so I hope I did a decent job. That I'll be asked to do this again. Otherwise, I may hang up the barbershop hat and hang my head and cry. Not really. I'll be fine. But I don't believe I have anything else on the docket, so I've got 16 people to throw you to monthly Tetris, because they're doing something over there. So, thanks everyone. I appreciate you coming out, hanging out. S-tier restreamer. Thank you, Peyton. That means a lot. We'll talk to you guys soon. See ya. I should raid you after this tag's done, but I won't. I'll raid you as soon as the timer's done. You guys take care. See ya. Cheers.